There was nobody who called for the president to step down. At the NEC, what the president was addressing is some of the rumors that have been peddled in the public domain, which I addressed at this platform last week. And I've said that those rumors come from you in the media, because some of us in the ANC go to you and tell you that at the General Council, the president will be removed, and then we'll have a new president in the country. And then I explained to you, and I used Ayinepula ya Ramza.
The African National Congress Secretary General Fikile Mbalula has firmly rejected reports suggesting that members of the party's National Executive Committee (NEC) have been pushing for President Cyril Ramaphosa to resign. Recent media stories claimed Ramaphosa told the NEC he will be willing to step down if given a timeline for his departure. But according to Mbalula, no such demand has been made, and the reports are nothing more than factional rumors amplified by the media. Speaking at the Luthuli House on Tuesday after the NEC's latest meeting, Mbalula said the allegations were being spread by individuals who hide in dark corners, insisting that no NEC member had called for Ramaphosa's removal, and said there is no one in the NEC who called for President Cyril Ramaphosa to step down. These rumors are peddled in the media by some within the movement, and the media allows itself to be used as their mouthpiece. We are confident in the leadership of President Ramaphosa. If anyone wants something else, they must come out in the open. His remarks come after a fiery NEC political overview in which Ramaphosa challenged those allegedly plotting his exit to stop discussing it behind closed doors and face him directly. Mbalula outlined several decisions taken by the NEC to repair public trust and strengthen internal accountability. He said the Integrity Commission remains central to the party's renewal efforts, and said the NEC reiterated with absolute clarity that the Integrity Commission is pivotal in restoring and safeguarding public confidence in the ANC. Ethical leadership is not optional, it is foundational to who we are. On Monday, Electoral Committee Chair Kgalema Motlanthe announced that all ANC mayoral and councillor candidates will undergo extensive vetting and lifestyle audits ahead of the 2026 local government elections. The party will only finalize mayoral candidates for metros in early 2026. Motlanthe detailed the criteria for mayors, speakers, and chief whips, emphasizing competence, integrity, and accountability. Mbalula also confirmed that the NEC has mandated the Integrity Commission to monitor both the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, which is probing allegations of political interference in policing, and Parliament's ad hoc committee investigating the same issues. He said these steps demonstrate the party's commitment to renewal, and said the ANC has undertaken serious reflection. Both the ad hoc committee and Madlanga Commission were instituted to investigate the statements made by Lieutenant General Ram Kwanazi. The ANC fully supports these processes and awaits their conclusions. Meanwhile, the ANC branches demand accountability from Luthuli House. Members from the Sedibeng region have issued a formal demand for answers regarding unresolved membership disputes. Representing by Radingwana attorneys, the members allege manipulation of membership data and breaches of organizational processes, which they say threaten the fairness and constitutional compliance of the party's upcoming regional conference. In a strongly worded letter addressed to Fikile Mbalula and Gauteng Provincial Task Team Coordinator Hope Papo, the members expressed their dissatisfaction with the lack of response to numerous letters previously submitted to Mbalula's office. The letter stated, despite multiple escalations directed to the Office of the Secretary General, no response has been forthcoming. The members argued that the unresolved issues compromise the integrity of the branch, biennial general meeting, BBGM processes, and by extension, the legitimacy of the regional conference scheduled for November 21 to 23, 2025, and said the disputes center around allegations of membership manipulation, instability in the membership system, and procedural irregularities that have reportedly affected members' ability to participate freely and fairly in organizational processes. According to the letter, these issues have been formally escalated by members across the Mfuleni, Lesedi, and Midvaal sub-regions, with specific concerns raised in Mfuleni Awards, 16, 18, 19, 36, 41 and 42, Lesedi wards 3 and 11, and Midvaal wards 4, 6 and 11. It further stated that no investigations were undertaken in these matters, hence no findings have been provided. The members accused Mbalula's office of remaining silent on issues involving manipulation of membership data and violations of members' rights to participate in accordance with ANC guidelines and constitution. And said our clients expressed deep dissatisfaction that the Secretary General's office has remained silent on issues involving manipulation of membership data and violations of members' rights to participate freely and fairly. The letter also highlighted concerns about the membership audit report dated July 17, 2025, which disqualified several branches from holding BBGMs for the regional conference. Among the disqualified branches were Mfuleni wards 1, 5, 8, 9, 24 and 31, Lesedi wards 9 and 10, and Midvaal wards 1, 2, 3, 5, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Despite the disqualification, some of these branches were reportedly convened, raising questions about procedural compliance. The letter asserted that by May 15, 2025, which is the cutoff date for a branch to qualify to hold a BBGM for the regional conference, these branches did not qualify. Adding to the members' grievances is the sudden reclassification of 8 branches from disqualified to qualified status without BBGMs. The reclassified branches include Mfuleni Ward 8 and 11, Lesedi Wards 1, 4, 6, 7, 11 and 13, and Midvaal Wards 3, 4, 11 and 15. The members contend that Mbalula's office made the decision without transparency or communication, and stated that the Secretary General's office has not communicated any criteria, reasoning, verification steps, or investigative outcomes that informed this decision. As it no transparent verification process was undertaken in the presence of branch task teams, despite long-standing issues related to membership, irregularities, and procedural non-compliance. The members are demanding a written explanation of how and why these branches were reclassified, as well as confirmation of the organizational processes or assessments undertaken.
Cycles, and that they find expression through the media. The media then becomes the mouthpiece of these people who are hard at work. That this General Council must become something else. It must not become a General Council that is going to ensure that we mop up, look at ourselves, and then come out with necessary vigor and commitment.
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.